This video series is about CFM LEAP 1A engine. The name LEAP stands for Leading Edge Aviation Propulsion. The engine is produced by CFM International, a 50-50 joint venture between American GE Aviation and French Safran Aircraft Engines. It is the successor of the successful CFM56 and competes with the Pratt & Whitney PW1000G to power narrow-body aircraft. CFM LEAP 1A engine is also used to power a 320neo aircraft. Whether you are a pilot, engineer, technician, or an aviation enthusiast, and if you want to know about CFM LEAP engine, this will be the perfect video series for you.
The LEAP 1A engine is a dual-rotor, variable stator, high bypass ratio turbofan power plant. The LEAP 1A can power the A319, A320, and A321 aircrafts of the single-aisle family within the adapted thrust ratings. Now we will look at the component location of the CFM LEAP 1A engine. First we will look at the full authority digital engine control or FADEC system components. The FADEC system components include two electronic engine control modules, a FADEC permanent magnet alternator, a pressure subsystem box and a rating plug. Both electronic engine controls or EEC A and B are installed on the right-hand side of the fan case. The pressure subsystem box is installed on the right-hand side of the fan case below the EEC B. The rating plug on the PSS box changes the available thrust. The two EEC cooling blowers are installed on the right-hand side of the fan case above the EEC A. FADEC, permanent magnet alternator, is on the left-hand side of the fan compartment, on the rear face of the gearbox. Next we will look at the ignition and starting system components. The two ignition exciters are at 6 o'clock position, on the HP compressor case. The two igniter plugs are installed on the combustor case at 5 and 7 o'clock position. The air turbine starter is located on the left-hand side of the fan compartment, on the front face of the gearbox. The starter air valve is fitted on the air turbine starter. Next we will look at fuel system component locations. The majority of the fuel system components are installed on the left-hand side of the fan case. The main fuel pump is installed on the left-hand side of the fan compartment, on the rear face of the gearbox. The fuel metering unit, main heat exchanger, IDG fuel oil heat exchanger, servo fuel heater, fuel return valve and fuel filter are located above the accessory gearbox on the left-hand side of the fan case. The split control unit servo valve assembly is installed on the left-hand side of the HP compressor case at 7 o'clock position. The fuel nozzles are fitted around the combustion chamber. Now we will look at the components in the air system. The air system comprises of several subsystems. To manage the compressor airflow, variable bleed valves, variable stator vanes, start bleed booster anti-ice valves, transient bleed valves are used. To cool some turbine parts, low-pressure turbine active clearance control system, high-pressure active clearance control system, modulated turbine cooling systems are used. All the major components are installed at the booster discharge and around the engine core. And now we will look at oil system components. The oil tank is installed on the right-hand side of the fan case at 4 o'clock position. The lubrication unit is installed on the left-hand side of the fan compartment, on the rear face of the gearbox. The oil filter is fitted inside the lubrication unit. The surface air cooling oil coolers are installed on the inner surface of the fan frame after the fan discharge vanes.
Today we will be looking into LEAP 1A engine nose cowl components. You can support our channel by clicking the subscribe button below. Without further ado, let's get into the video. The air intake cowl is an interchangeable aerodynamic cowl installed at the front of the engine. The functions of the inlet cowl are to supply airflow to the fan and to the engine core, to provide a smooth aerodynamic surface to the airflow, to provide acoustic treatment for noise reduction, and finally the anti-icing in the nacelle. The air intake cowl has following components attached to it: an outer barrel, an inner barrel, nose lip assembly and anti-icing system, a forward bulkhead, an aft bulkhead and access doors. The outer barrel has 3 carbon fiber reinforced plastic CFRP sections. The 3 sections are assembled with splices. The forward edge of each panel is attached to the forward bulkhead, and the aft edge of each panel is attached to the aft bulkhead. At the top of the outer barrel, a ventilation scoop decreases the temperature of the fan cowl compartment zone. The air from the ventilation scoop goes through the distributor assembly to make sure that there is a good airflow. This will not let flammable liquid collect at the distributor. This airflow will also decrease the temperature in the fan case compartment. Airflow also ensures the extinguishing agent is equally speeded in the fan cowl compartment if a fire occurs. A FADEC cooling assembly is installed between the 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock positions on the outer barrel. This is to supply airflow to the FADEC blower. A drain hole at the bottom of the outer barrel does not let water collect in the barrel. The inner barrel also has 3 sections. The outer section is made of CFRP and gives structural strength. The middle layer is made of Nomex and decreases engine noise. The inner layer is made of corrosion-resistant steel wire mesh to give structural strength. 2 drain holes at the bottom of the inner barrel do not let water collect in the barrel. The nose lip assembly is made of aluminum alloy. The nose lip assembly and the forward bulkhead make a chamber. In this chamber, a cyclone-type anti-icing system, O-ring injector, is attached to the forward bulkhead. The air from the engine is supplied to the cyclone system through the anti-icing ducts through the aft bulkhead. The anti-icing system can operate in all the flight and ground conditions. The nacelle anti-ice system does not let ice collect on the nose lip assembly. Hot air from the engine goes from the aft bulkhead to the forward bulkhead and nose lip assembly through the anti-icing duct. The inner surface of the nose lip assembly has a high temperature paint to prevent corrosion and provide thermal protection. A drain hole at the bottom does not let water collect in the nose lip assembly. A nose lip exhaust grid releases the anti-icing air overboard between the 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock positions of the nose lip. The forward bulkhead is the primary structural part of the inlet cowl assembly. It gives structural strength to the inlet cowl assembly. The forward bulkhead is made of titanium. Rivets attach the nose lip assembly to the forward bulkhead. The nozzle of the anti-icing system is attached to the forward bulkhead. The aft bulkhead also gives structural strength to the inlet cowl assembly. The aft bulkhead is made of CFRP. 4 locators are installed on the aft bulkhead ring. The locator supports are made of titanium. The primary functions of the locators are as follows. Hold the fan cowl in the correct position during the flight. Make sure that the fan cowl opens and closes correctly. And give lightning strike protection. A distributor assembly on the aft bulkhead supplies the air from the ventilation scoop to the fan cowl compartment. An aft bulkhead ring made of titanium gives structural strength to the inlet cowl assembly. The air intake cowl has the 3 access doors that follow: the retrieval door, the nose anti-icing door, the T12 maintenance door. The retrieval door lets you remove objects which can fall into the intake cowl during maintenance. The nose anti-icing door gives access to the nacelle anti-ice ducts for maintenance. It also protects the outer barrel from the hot air flow that comes from the nacelle anti-ice system. The T12 maintenance door gives access to the T12 probe for maintenance. The A320neo nacelles are equipped with cascade thrust reversers. Panels inside the nacelles open when activated by the pilot to redirect the cold airflow towards the front. This generates the counterthrust which assists with braking on landing. The thrust reversers ensure braking of the plane, especially on short, wet, snowy or icy landing strips.